Hey everyone, and welcome back to Old Charles, the place where we dig into the stories in your pocket and uncover the hidden value of everyday change. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic and beautiful state quarters ever released, the 2002 Louisiana Quarter. You've definitely seen it. You've probably spent it. But the question I get asked all the time is, Alex, what is my 2002 Louisiana Quarter dollar value? Is it worth more than 25 cents? Well, the short answer is, it's complicated. For most of them, the answer is no. But for a few specific, rare, and error versions, the answer is a resounding yes. We're talking about coins that can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. So today's video is your ultimate guide. We're going to explore the history, the design, the different mint marks, and the key errors you need to be looking for. Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to hunt for a valuable Louisiana quarter. First, let's set the stage. The Louisiana Quarter was the 18th coin released in the beloved 50 State Quarters program. It was released in 2002, and it celebrates Louisiana's admission as the 18th state in 1812. The design is just stunning. It features a beautiful pelican in all its glory, along with a trumpet and the outline of the Louisiana Purchase territory. Now, the pelican isn't just any bird for Louisiana, it's the state bird, and it's prominently featured on the state flag and seal. This design symbolizes Louisiana's wildlife, its rich musical heritage, specifically the birthplace of jazz, and its historical significance with the Louisiana Purchase of 1803, which doubled the size of the United States. The 2002 Louisiana Quarter was minted in 3 different locations, which you can identify by the small mint mark on the obverse, the head side, of the coin, right near George Washington's hair. Point 1. 2002. P. Philadelphia Mint. Over 362 million of these were struck. They have no mint mark. They are the 2002. D. Denver Mint. ***. Over 414 million of these were made. They have a small D mint mark. Point 3. 2002. S. San Francisco Mint. These are the special ones. They were struck only in proof quality for collectors and sold in sets. They have an S mint mark. For the vast majority of circulated 2002 P and 2002 D quarters, the value is 25 cents. If you have a roll of uncirculated, shiny ones straight from the bank, you might be able to sell them for a small premium to a collector trying to complete a set, maybe $10 to $12 for a roll of 40 coins. But generally, in circulated condition, they are face value. The 2002 S-proof coin is a different story. These were never intended for circulation. They have a mirror-like background and frosted, detailed design. A standard 2002 S-proof quarter in its original government packaging is worth about $3 to $5. It's a beautiful coin, but not a fortune. So, if the regular coins are so common, where does the real money come from? This is where it gets exciting. We're talking about errors and varieties. These are the mistakes that slip past the mint's quality control, and they are what collectors will pay big bucks for. This is a spectacular error. Essentially, the coin blank was struck twice by the obverse die, but it wasn't properly ejected and was then struck a second time by the reverse die. The result? You have a coin with a strong, normal Louisiana design on the back, but the front has a clear, overlapping, double image of Washington's profile. It's jarring to look at, and it's incredibly rare. In a high grade, a coin like this can easily be worth $1,000 to $2,000 or more. You won't find this in your pocket change, but it's out there in the wild. This might be the coolest error for the Louisiana Quarter. A blockage occurs when a previously struck coin gets stuck in the press. When a new blank comes in, it gets pressed against the stuck coin, imprinting a mirror image of that coin. In this case, a Roosevelt dime got stuck on the reverse die. So, when a Louisiana Quarter planchet was fed in, it was struck normally on the front with Washington, but on the back, instead of the pelican, it has a ghostly, incuse, pushed-in, mirror image of a Roosevelt dime. You have a quarter with a dime stamped on its back. This is a major mint error. Depending on the severity and the grade, these can sell $4,500 to over $1,500. These are more common, but can still be valuable. As the minting dies wear out, they can crack or break. When a piece breaks off, the resulting blob of metal that fills that void on the coin is called a cud. Look for raised, blobby areas on the rim or in the field of the coin, especially around the pelican's outline or Washington's head. A significant, well-defined cut can add $20 to $100 to the value of your quarter. Now, before you run off to check your coin jars, let's talk about condition. For any of these errors, or even for the standard proof coins, condition is king. A coin that is worn, scratched, or damaged will be worth significantly less than one that is mint state or uncirculated. Look for full luster, sharp details on the pelican's feathers and the trumpet, and no contact marks. The moral of the story is this. The 2002 Louisiana Quarter is a masterpiece of American numismatic art. While its face value is small, its historical and cultural value is immense. And for the incredibly rare few that were minted with spectacular mistakes, the financial value can be life-changing. So, the next time you get a quarter back in your change, take a half-second to look at it. Check the mint mark. Look at the design. See if anything looks off. You might just be holding a piece of history worth a whole lot more than 25 cents. The 2002 Louisiana State Quarter is more than just a piece of currency. It is a small, metallic capsule of American history, representing a pivotal moment in the early 19th century and a cultural identity that persists to this day. Its story is intertwined with an ambitious national program, a state's struggle to define itself on a tiny canvas, and the legacy of one of the most significant land deals in world history. To understand the Louisiana Quarter, we must first look at the program that created it. The 50 State Quarters program, launched in 1999, was a revolutionary initiative by the United States Mint. For a decade, it would release 5 new quarters each year, honoring each state in the order they ratified the Constitution or were admitted to the Union. The goals were multifaceted. Educate the public to teach Americans about the history, geography, and unique heritage of each state. Inspire collecting to ignite a passion for numismatics, coin collecting, in a new generation. Generate revenue the Mint estimated that millions of coins would be collected and taken out of circulation, creating seigniorage profit for the federal government. The program was a phenomenal success, with nearly half the American population collecting the coins at its peak. Louisiana was admitted to the Union on April 30, 1812, becoming the 18th state. This placed its quarter in the second release of 2002, following Mississippi and preceding Ohio. The process of designing the coin began years in advance. The governor of Louisiana established a commission to solicit and review design concepts from the public. The core challenge was immense: how to condense Louisiana's vast and complex history and culture into a single, clear image that would fit on the reverse of a quarter. The Louisiana Commission received thousands of ideas. Themes proposed included the Battle of New Orleans and General Andrew Jackson, the French Quarter and its iconic architecture, the Mardi Gras celebration, the state's agricultural wealth, such as cotton and sugar, its vast waterways, including the Mississippi River and the Atchafalaya Basin. After much deliberation, the commission forwarded 5 finalist designs to the United States Mint for final selection. The winning design, sculpted by United States Mint sculptor engraver John Mercanti, masterfully combined 3 powerful symbols into a cohesive narrative. At the center of the design is a brown pelican in flight, with its wings spread. The pelican is the state bird of Louisiana and has been a symbol of the state since the colonial era. It appears on the state flag and seal, hearkening back to a time when the region was known as the Pelican State. The choice was deeply symbolic of Louisiana's natural environment and its official identity. Wrapped around the lower right of the pelican is a trumpet, with a few musical notes subtly escaping from its bell. This is a direct tribute to Louisiana's monumental contribution to American music, particularly as the birthplace of jazz. New Orleans, the state's cultural heart, is universally recognized as the cradle of this uniquely American art form. The trumpet evokes the sounds of Bourbon Street, funerary processions, and the genius of artists like Louis Armstrong. Perhaps the most historically significant element is the faint outline that serves as the backdrop, the territorial map of the Louisiana Purchase. In 1803, President Thomas Jefferson negotiated the purchase of approximately 828,000 square miles of territory from France for $15 million. This single event doubled the size of the United States overnight and opened the continent to westward expansion. The outline on the coin is a direct reference to the original territory, not just the modern state borders, acknowledging the profound national impact of this event. The coin's inscriptions are simple: Louisiana, 1812, and 2002. The 2002 Louisiana Quarter was released into circulation on May 20th, 2002. The official launch ceremony was held in New Orleans, generating significant public excitement. For the first time, people across the nation could hold a piece of Louisiana's story in their hands. The design was widely praised for its elegance and its effective synthesis of nature, culture, and history. It was immediately recognizable and stood out for its artistic composition compared to some of the more literal designs of other states. The United States Mint produced the quarter in massive quantities to meet public demand. Philadelphia Mint, P***362 million. Denver Mint, D***414 million. San Francisco Mint, S***3,084,245. Proof coins for collectors. Because of this high mintage, a standard circulated Louisiana quarter remains extremely common and is worth only its face value of 25 cents. Its numismatic value lies not in its rarity, but in its role as a key component of the complete 50-state quarters set. However, as with all mass-produced coins, a handful of error coins escaped the mint. The most famous for the Louisiana Quarter is the double-struck obverse error, where Washington's profile appears twice. These dramatic mistakes are highly sought after by error collectors and can be worth thousands of dollars, creating a modern treasure hunt aspect to its history. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that almost every American has probably seen, or at least has the potential to find in pocket change, an old jar, or a relative's attic. It's the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar. Now, I get questions about this coin all the time. Alex, I found a 1974 half-dollar. Is it worth thousands? Did I hit the jackpot? So today, we're going to do a full forensic breakdown. We're going to look at the history, the mintages, the key varieties you must look for, and we're going to separate the hype from the reality. So, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be an expert on the value of the 1974 half-dollar. First, to understand the 1974 half-dollar, we have to go back in time a bit. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964 as a tribute to the assassinated president. And those 1964 halves, they're special. They're made of 90% silver, but due to the rising price of silver, the U.S. Mint changed the composition. From 1965 to 1970, the halves were made of a 40% silver clad. But then, in 1971, everything changed again. To save even more on costs, the Mint removed the silver entirely. So, every Kennedy half-dollar from 1971 to the present day, with the exception of special proof and silver proofs for collectors, is made of a copper-nickel clad composition. That means a core of pure copper sandwiched between two layers of a copper-nickel alloy. And that brings us directly to our star of the show, the 1974. This coin has no precious metal content. Its value is purely numismatic, based on its condition, rarity, and demand from collectors. So, let's get into the numbers. In 1974, half-dollars were minted at two main facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. There is no regular circulation strike from San Francisco in 1974.1974. Philadelphia *** 201,596,1974. D. Denver *** 79,066,300. Let that sink in. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 201 million coins. The Denver Mint struck over 79 million. Combined, that's over 280 million 1974 half-dollars. This is, by any definition, a massively common coin. If you have a coin that has never been circulated, it's bright, it's shiny, it has its original luster, and no contact marks, then you're in a different ballpark. An uncirculated 1974 or 1974 D half-dollar can be worth between $1 and $3, and for coins that are in top-tier, gem uncirculated condition, certified by a service like PCGS or NGC, you might be looking at $5 to $15, with the higher end being for superb examples. But remember, the cost of grading is often more than the coin's value, so it's usually not worth it for a single common coin like this. The standard 1974 S-proof is a copper-nickel-clad coin, just like the circulation strikes. Millions of proof sets were sold, so these are still very common. A typical 1974 S-clad proof in its original packaging is worth about $3 to $5, but wait, there's a legend. A rare and valuable variant that many people don't know about. In 1974, the U.S. Mint experimented. They struck a small number of proof coins using the older 40% silver composition. These were not sold in the regular proof sets. They were only available in a special, more expensive silver proof set. How can you tell the difference? The easiest way is the edge. The copper-nickel-clad coin has a distinct brown copper line. The 40% silver coin does not. Its edge is a solid, silvery color. It's also slightly heavier if you have a precise scale. So, what's the value of the 1974 S silver proof? This is the jackpot. While its mintage is estimated at around 2 to 3 million, which is still high, the silver content and collector demand drive its value. But what if I told you there are even more valuable 1974 half dollars? We're now entering the world of errors and varieties. These are the coins that can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. On a doubled die. The doubling is created during the manufacturing of the die itself, so it appears on every coin struck from that die. It's not a machine doubling, which is worthless. Look for clear, split-line doubling on the letters of "In God We Trust" and the date. A confirmed 1974 DDDO in uncirculated condition can be worth $100 to $300 or more. Look closely at the D mint mark on a 1974 D. If you see a secondary, slightly offset D underneath or to the side of the primary one, you might have a repunched mint mark variety. Specific RPMs are cataloged and can be worth $10 to $50 depending on the severity and scarcity. And then there are the major errors. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes. A 1974 half dollar, that is, say, 10% off-center, could easily be worth $30 to $100. The more dramatic the error, the higher the price. So, you've got a 1974 half dollar. What now? Here's your action plan. Step 1. Identify your coin. Asterisk asterisk, is it from Philadelphia? No mint mark. Denver, D, or San Francisco, S? Is it a proof? Step 2. Check the edge. Asterisk asterisk, if it's an S mint coin, look for that copper stripe. No copper stripe means it's the valuable 40% silver version. Step 3. Examine for errors. Asterisk asterisk, get a cheap jeweler's loupe or use your phone's macro mode. Carefully look at the date, the motto "In God We Trust," and the mint mark for any signs of doubling. Step 4. Assess the condition. Asterisk asterisk, is it worn smooth? It's 50 cents. Is it brilliant and mark-free like it just came from the mint? It might be worth a few dollars. Be honest in your assessment. Step 5. Research and get a second opinion. Asterisk asterisk, if you think you have a double die or a major error, don't just take my word for it. Compare it to photographed examples on websites like PCGS Coinfax or Variety Vista. And when in doubt, ask the community. Take clear, well-lit photos and post them on coinforums.so. Let's recap. The vast majority of 1974 Kennedy half dollars are common pocket change, worth 50 cents. In beautiful uncirculated condition, they're worth a small premium of a few dollars. The real value lies in the specific, collectible versions. The 1974 S 40% silver proof is a solid $10 plus coin. The 1974 D double die obverse is a potential $100 coin, and any major error, like an off-center strike, can be a significant find. The moral of the story? Don't assume every old coin is a treasure. But also, don't assume that no old coin is a treasure. The thrill of the hunt is what makes this hobby so exciting. That 50-cent piece in your hand could be a common piece of history, or it could be a hidden gem waiting for a knowledgeable collector like you to discover it. The triangle trade. Asterisk asterisk, a brutal transatlantic system emerged, exchanging manufactured goods from Europe for enslaved people from Africa, who were forced to work plantations in the Americas, which produced raw materials for Europe. After winning the French and Indian War, 1754 to 1763, Britain sought to pay its debts by imposing new Taxes on the colonies. No taxation without representation. Key events **** protests like the Boston Tea Party, 1773. The first battles at Lexington and Concord, 1775. The Declaration of Independence, 1776, drafted primarily by Thomas Jefferson. The Revolutionary War ****, the underdog Continental Army, led by General George Washington, and with crucial aid from France, defeated the British, culminating in the victory at Yorktown, 1781. The Constitution ***, the weak articles of Confederation *** were replaced by the U.S. Constitution, 1787, creating a federal republic with a system of checks and balances between three branches of government. The Bill of Rights, 1791, added the first 10 amendments, guaranteeing fundamental individual liberties, the belief that the U.S. was destined to expand across the continent. This led to the Louisiana Purchase, 1803, ***, the annexation of Texas, the Mexican-American War, 1846 to 1848, and the Oregon Trail began in the North, creating a manufacturing economy. While the South remained a slave-based agricultural economy, abolitionist movement grew. The Dred Scott Decision, 1857, and the publication of Uncle Tom's Cabin inflamed tensions. The election of Abraham Lincoln, 1860, who opposed the expansion of slavery, triggered the secession of Southern states. The bloodiest war in American history, pitting the Union, North, against the Confederacy, South. Key turning points included the Emancipation Proclamation, 1863, which made ending slavery a war goal, and the Union victories at Gettysburg and Vicksburg, 1863. The Union's victory preserved the nation and led to the abolition of slavery, the 13th Amendment, 1865. The turbulent period after the war aimed at rebuilding the South and securing rights for freed slaves, the 14th and 15th Amendments. It ended with a political compromise, leading to the withdrawal of federal troops and the rise of Jim Crow segregation laws in the South. The U.S. transformed into an industrial and global power, grappling with the social consequences of rapid change. A period of massive industrialization led by robber barons like Rockefeller and Carnegie. It was marked by technological innovation, the rise of labor unions, and immense wealth inequality that a reform movement sought to address the ills of industrialization through initiatives like antitrust laws, women's suffrage, the 19th Amendment, 1920, and food and drug regulation. The U.S. expanded its influence beyond its borders through the Spanish-American War, 1898, acquiring territories like Puerto Rico and the Philippines. Initially neutral, the U.S. entered the war in 1917, helping to ensure an allied